Hey Stinkies, I'm interrupting this video to tell you that we have new merch out! It is basically a metal rock band tee inspired thingy. So if you want to go check it out, make sure you do. It's just at Kruzadar.com. Super easy to find and search. Always linked in the description. But they're there until they're there. There's limited stock on some of the items. We are going to look into doing the embroidered at some point to continue on as a year-round thing. But just so you know, go check it out. I appreciate you, Stinkies, and I'll see you later. Enjoy the video. She came over and she's like, I'm never letting you fucking cut again. It was deserved. I'm like, it's fine, Mom. It works. She's like, you're gonna cut your finger pad off again. I'm like, listen, I'm fine. And then I was box cutting yesterday too, okay? We need to get a new box cutter. It's kind of dull. And Taylor's like freaking out at how comfortable I am, just like fucking ripping shit and he's like, again? You guys know my thing. Have I not told you the finger pad story? Have I not told you about this? Okay, I guess some of you are fairly new. I probably haven't told it in like a year. I don't think I've told it in like a year. So I'll tell you. Okay, we ready? Get your tea. Get your tea. We'll have some tea time here. Some of you don't know. It's okay. It's been a while. Get your drinks. Relax. If you're nauseous and get queasy, prepare for that. It's my sophomore year of high school. It's probably, I can't remember what year it was. It was somewhere between 2012 and 2016. I guess it was probably 2013 then. Anyways, it's before school. I had a lot of weight fluctuation going on. I had lost some weight and I had stabbed a hole through my belt loop before. Okay. And so I was like, oh, I'll do it quickly before school while the belt's on. That was my first mistake. I shouldn't have done that. I had a really, you know, old but sharp Swiss Army knife I was doing that with. I want you to know I did not know a belt loop hole cutter was a thing, and I did not know we owned a stamp for that. I'm a medic, so I'm excited. Yeah, so I didn't know I had that. I didn't know that existed. Yeah, and so it slipped. It went like off. I'm very lucky I didn't stab myself in the abdomen on accident, but my finger pad, this one here, it went, and if you don't know, if you've never used a Swiss Army knife before, once they get to a certain point, like past the 90-degree angle, they auto close, okay? And you have a very limited time to, you know, not have something there. Okay, well mine, it was like close to being closed. Thankfully, oh, of course we're gonna have great time in the story. What's the last thing you heard? What's the last thing you heard? Swiss Army knife stuff. Okay, if you don't know a Swiss Army knife, around the 90-degree angle, when it goes to close, it'll auto-close, because that's what it is, okay? So the Swiss Army knife, as it went like off and didn't, you know, cut through, right? And it just went, you know, out of the way and got my finger. It was this close to cutting off my entire finger pad. I had thankfully flicked it, pulled it up in time, and flicked it out before it could fully get my finger pad. Okay, so my reaction to this is, you know, that didn't feel too bad. It could have been worse. And then the blood starts gushing. Then the blood starts pouring out. Because just sometimes, I don't know if you've ever cut something before, the blood doesn't always come out immediately, okay? The blood did not come out immediately. Then it starts just, I see it go, and I'm like, I'm not kidding, I go, fuck, okay? Keep in mind, my parents used to be a lot stricter about my language, so I'm just like, fuck. And I just beeline it to the bathroom. Because it's an older Swiss Army knife, I was worried about rusty, potentially older knife that wasn't that clean touching my wound. And so my first reaction, which you should not do this, but I did it anyways, was I ran it underwater really quickly so that any potential sediment would at least get out. Okay, well, it was flapping in the water, and you could, I swear I could see my bone a little bit. I don't know. It looked like you could see my bone. Maybe it wasn't. It might have been the fat in my finger. I don't really know. And so my mom, who doesn't like blood, okay, comes around the corner, and she's like, oh, like my mom will pass out from, she left, okay? She's like, what the fuck? So like, she's like, no, you don't put it underwater. And so she's like, grab a washcloth. So I grab it, and I'm like holding it really tight, okay? My dad, strict dad, okay? He's like, what the fuck? Why is there? He thing. Okay, then my dad comes around the corner. He goes, oh, shit. He's still like, what the fuck happened? And I'm like, I was just trying to put a hole in my belt. And they're like, you fucking idiot. We have a belt hole puncher in the basement. And I'm like, well, nobody told me that. And I just didn't know. I've done this before. And so anyways, this is all before school, okay? So now my parents haven't even left for work yet. They're like, who the fuck's taking this bitch to the ER? Okay? So my mom, who's very queasy, she's like, you don't fucking take that press. You keep that press on it. You hold it as tight as possible. We're driving to the ER. If I see blood, we're gonna have a problem. I said, okay, well, hold on tight. So we're driving there, and I'm like, in the car. We haven't even gotten to the ER yet, okay? My dad calls us up. Okay? Did you get there yet? No, Dad, we're not there yet. Okay, he's on speakerphone. You know what his next question is? So do you think you're not going to be able to make it to hitting practice tonight? Like, Dad! No shit! I'm not going. Bro, you saw my finger pad hanging off in the fucking water. Like, you think I'm going to be able to make it to batting practice tonight? So, anyways, I get there. If you don't know, I have a stupid high metabolism as it is. Okay, well, when your adrenaline's running, it just gets worse, all right? So, I'm there. They've given me over the adult amount they can legally give me, and even pushed it a bit, and it is not numbing my finger. And they said, okay, we're just gonna have to do your stitches and you're gonna feel it. So I had to get stitches in my finger. It was only two. It was only two, and you can't really see it, but I did. That is the story. When I said so this is why my parents are afraid of having knives. Dude, my finger's twitching a lot. You can kind of. It's so hard. How the fuck am I? Oh, there you can see it. See where it gets like super light? Again, it's been about a decade since it's happened, but you can kind of see the scar. It's like, see where it's like super bright, like in between. Yeah. Anyways, that's where it's not. No, the scar's not bad at all. It healed really well. I don't fully feel my finger pad like I do the other one. Like, my nerves definitely didn't fully heal right, and I feel it in the winter every time it starts to get cold. I will feel it along the scar, like the scar tissue will get a little agitated. But yeah, that's why my mom no one likes me using a knife. But like, you know what's really fucked up? You know what my mom did the year later? The year after that happened, I like throwing knives. I like knives. I was not scared to use knives after that. Okay, I probably should have been, but I wasn't. I'm very annoyingly comfortable around knives. So like around winter time, I was like, oh, I can, in town, I'm gonna send, I can throwing knives at the snowman. So we built a snowman in the backyard, and I was practicing throwing my knives. This is like my 2014 or 2015 at this point, throwing knives that winter at the snowman. My mom is a fucking bitch. When I went to go collect the knives, she snuck behind me, and I couldn't find this one knife that was in the snowman. Okay, she grabbed red food dye and put it on the snowman. When I wasn't looking, when I just went to go peek around the side of it, somehow snuck up behind me and everything. Bro, the panic that set in I started looking at my hands. It was like, oh, I literally go, I'm like, fucking not again, man. And then I hear my mom on the patio. She was hiding behind the table. Starts fucking crying, laughing. She's screaming, laughing so fucking hard. I'm like, Mom, you bitch! You can't do that. Yeah, so there's, anyways, it's been a decade since it's happened. They still don't like me around knives. I'm still disgustingly comfortable around knives. But that's why when it comes to me cutting food, if my mom turns into a cooking streamer, anytime I'm around her, she's like, stop fucking cutting like that. And I'm just like, it's fine. I haven't gotten my finger. Oh God, it's too funny. I'm like, hey, it's, they don't have to look pretty as long as they're in the food and cut up to a similar size. It's fine.